In May 2021, I took my first ever trip out to the Great Plains. On average, in the month of May, the United States averages just around 276 tornadoes. In 2021, May held a tornado count of 288, which is just above the national average. As a kid, I remember dreaming about going out to Tornado Alley and intercepting tornadoes on film, and how I'd even host a documentary series by National Geographic. While I haven't had National Geographic reach out to me yet, I still went out and pursued my lifelong dream of chasing a tornado alley. And this will definitely not be my last trip. From venturing into the states of Kansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, and more, this is the Great Plains trip of 2021. While May of this year couldn't compete with May back in 2019, the last week of May this year did offer a pretty consistent pattern for severe weather. While my first day out to the plains wasn't active, it was pretty good for some beautiful nighttime lightning and time lapses. However, I didn't know what the next several days would bring, and would make May 25th look like a complete joke. On May 26th, the next day, the Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk for portions of northwest Kansas, followed by a 10% hatch area for southwestern Nebraska, for a risk of strong tornadoes. The plan for the day was to head to western Kansas, waiting along the dry line for supercell thunderstorms to initiate. However, all the tornadoes of that day would be in southwestern Nebraska along the Triple Point. Before the main event ever started, there was a beautiful morning supercell in northwestern Kansas that was riding along the warm front, and it produced some amazing structure. Even though we missed all the tornadoes that day, we still managed to catch two supercells later that evening just along the Kansas-Nebraska border. One did manage to go tornado warned, but regardless, we still got to see some really good structure that day, and it was some of the best structure I've ever seen. On May 27th, the Storm Prediction Center issued enhanced risk for portions of southwestern Missouri clear into western Texas, followed by a small tornado risk extending clear into central Illinois. Our target was southwestern Oklahoma into the western Texas Panhandle region. Eventually, I caught up to developing supercell near Turkey, Texas. While I didn't produce a tornado, it was a big hail producer, and I got right into the middle of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. During the late evening hours, I did manage to catch up with another supercell just southwest of Wichita Falls, Texas. This storm produced some incredible winds and also some very large hail. On May 28th, I decided to make the long road trip down to Roswell, New Mexico for a chance of severe weather, including the chance for a couple tornadoes. Eventually, I caught up to these three developing supercells just northwest of Roswell, New Mexico, all displaying three beautiful mesocyclones in line with each other. Eventually, one further south went dominant and eventually went tornado warned as well. And the inflow was so strong in the storm that it actually created like a haboob-like effect where all this dust just kept getting feeded up into the updraft basin. It was something I've never ever seen before. The next day on May 29th, I decided to head up to southeastern Colorado for a chance for a possible tornado or two. This storm that we just seen near Kim, Colorado, I had no idea that it would go out to produce 2 tornadoes that evening. I thought it looked so bad to the point where that I was just ready to head home and call the entire chase week. But what this storm does next is absolutely remarkable.
Beautiful tornado warned supercell just in south of Kim, Colorado. We've had a couple attempts of trying to produce a tornado, nothing yet, but this thing's heading to a lot better environment. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tornado here soon. It is May 29th. We have a tornado on the ground, actually. Yep, that might be a tornado on the ground. Yep, tornado on the ground. Southeast Colorado got a tornado on the ground. Really rapid. Yep, large tornado on the ground. Very large tornado. Still ongoing. Looks like the National Weather Service issued a PDS tornado warning. That thing is really wrapped in there, though. Wow. Looks like there's a storm chaser reported a tornado on the ground. There it is. That might be another tornado on the ground right there. Wow. Time is 9:55 Mountain Daylight Time. There is a huge tornado on the ground right here. Just northwest of Boise City, Oklahoma. Huge tornado. Large wedge on the ground.
So that concludes today's video. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching the video. You know, this is definitely a trip that I will never ever forget. Scoring 2 tornadoes on my first plains trip. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. But I think what the future holds is I'm definitely going to be chasing hurricanes that's coming up fall into late summer before I go back to college, and I'm definitely going to keep chasing tornadoes. That's never going to stop. But I'm just really happy and blessed to have the opportunities I did to go out there and pursue my dreams. But yeah, I'm just going to keep posting my storm chases on this channel, obviously, and if you guys like the content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.